I've returned to Puerto Princesa for the next part of my journey, an 80-kilometer overland trip to the western side of Palawan, where the second of our World Heritage Sites is located. Approaching the Puerto Princesa Subterranean River National Park, you almost feel as if you are about to enter a world lost in time. It's the same feel you get when you first see Tubataha, only this time your feet are firmly planted on land. It may not exactly be Jurassic Park, but it certainly comes close, despite the fact that the creatures here are definitely more benign. To better appreciate the park's unique geological features, I've arranged to interview Dr. Jose Antonio Socrates, a well-respected authority in his field.
And here we have a magnificent limestone rock formation that has been carved into a karst topography with a unique underground river system close to the sea, where the jungle goes all the way to the beach. And in some places there, you're on the other side of the karst, and you face the karst, you see a view of colossal magnificence.
Dr. Socrates further explained that about 30 million years ago, a shallow tropical sea covered the area where the park is now situated. Over time, thick layers of mud and the shells of billions of tiny sea creatures gradually built up and hardened to become limestone. The limestone was in turn slowly dissolved by rain and groundwater on and under its surface. This created bizarre and unusual formations which presently characterize the park's remarkable and unique topography. In geology, this is known as karst.
Karst is the name of a town in the former Yugoslavia, which is surrounded by limestone formations.
Beneath majestic Mount St. Paul, the hills, valleys, flatlands, and coastal areas of the park also sustain a wide array of ecosystems. These were described to me by Janie Baldera, a dedicated environmentalist who has conducted an extensive survey of the park.
It actually represents almost all of the forest types found in the Far East, like beech forest, mangrove forest, lowland evergreen forest, montane forest, and forest on ultra basic rocks or soils. So basically, it already has representative of a diversity of habitats.
Also notable among the park's ecosystems is the mangrove forest, which is reputed to be the most well-preserved in the entire country. I've also learned that there are at least 149 different vertebrates to be found in the park, one-third of which are endemic to Palawan. This simply means that they exist nowhere else on Earth. Equally rich and diverse is the plant life, where some 280 different trees thrive in the various forest habitats. It was precisely because of its unique geological features and globally significant biodiversity that the 22,000-hectare Puerto Princesa Subterranean River National Park was inscribed as a World Heritage Site in 1999. The park's centerpiece is undoubtedly its renowned 8.2-kilometer underground river, which is considered to be the longest one of its kind in the world. Another distinguishing feature of the river is that it emerges directly into the sea. Once inside, you cannot help but be fascinated by the numerous multi-shaped formations of the cave. The two most common are the stalactites, which hang down from the ceiling, and the stalagmites, which form on the cave floor. The most noticeable inhabitants of this amazing underworld are the swiftlets, who roost deep in the crevices of the cave, and the more than 47,000 bats which hang upside down from the countless number of stalactites during daytime.
The park is, as inscribed by UNESCO, is our heritage. It's God's gift to Palawan.
I couldn't agree with Dr. Socrates more, but I wanted to add that for me, the Puerto Princesa Subterranean River National Park is a treasure which also belongs to the entire country and as a World Heritage Site to the whole world.